And now, exclusive on WHAS 11 News, we have the video of an incident involving Metro Louisville that left a woman dead. Tyrah Adams had been homeless in Louisville for more than a year. On February 12th, she died after a Metro Public Works employee picked her up with a hydraulic claw.
And 6 months later, our focus team obtained video and audio showing the incident and what happened after. And we want to warn you that some of what you're about to see and hear may be disturbing.
Man, and damn hey, man, damn, picked up a homeless over here, man, in the path. Oh, damn, where you were at? You saw the car?
Well, as we reported first, back in May, no charges are going to be filed against those city workers.
Focus investigative reporter Travis Breeze has since been investigating this case back since February. And Travis, you got that video and then reviewed it with the family.
It was very hard for them to watch, Doug and Connie. Tyrah's sister, Sandra Akers, says the video answered many questions, but raised another. 6 months later, why has no one been disciplined?
I hoped for one thing to go right. There was nothing.
At 8:46 a.m. on February 12th, two Louisville Metro Public Works employees pull into an alley behind a convenience store in the Russell neighborhood. In a vacant lot, they spot what they think is trash. Attorney Stephanie Rivas says the warning signs were there.
Further back, you can see, okay, that looks like someone laying there. That looks like blankets. It doesn't look like bags of trash.
The employees don't know that 35-year-old Tyrah Adams is in one of these piles.
She was choosing to not be around us whenever she was struggling with her own drug addiction.
Sandra Akers says she and her mom tried to stay in contact with her sister Tyrah when she was homeless.
We had family friends that would go and check on her.
The employees are using a truck equipped with a knuckle boom or hydraulic claw. At 8:49, the driver gets out of the cab. 20 seconds later, you can hear it powering up. Security camera video shows the claw extending over the vacant lot. At 8:50, the claw lifts off the ground with a white blanket inside. Investigative documents say one employee realized a person was in the pile of trash wrapped up in blankets.
Seeing my own sister being treated like that and in that claw like that, that's horrifying.
Body camera video after the incident shows the strength of the claw. The operator puts the pile back on the ground, then swings the claw back over the truck bed. The employees thought Tyrah was a man. They told investigators they tried to ask him if he was okay, but couldn't hear over the truck. They moved the truck forward about 75 feet, but never got back out to check on her. They say that he must be fine because he's moving.
Anybody who had been even just punctured would have been moving around.
At 8:55, 4 minutes after finding Tyrah, the driver says they'll call their manager, then call EMS. The manager doesn't answer, and the employees remain in the truck watching her.
He's moving everything, his legs, you know what I'm saying, his arm.
Neither employee calls EMS. 2 minutes later, Tyrah gets up and walks to the store for help.
She got up to save her own life while they sat there and they did absolutely nothing but trying to save themselves.
Or once she got up, why didn't they jump out of the truck and go to her?
One worker opens the passenger door and watches Tyrah for a few seconds before closing it again. Tyrah makes it inside the store and collapses. At 8:59, a store employee calls 911. Does this look like someone who's all right?
No, it looks like somebody who's begging for help but can't get it out.
The store employee who called 911 had no idea what happened to Tyrah.
She fell through the door because she came running in the door, help.
At the same time the store employee is talking to 911, the Public Works manager calls back to the two employees in the truck.
Man, and damn, hey, man, damn, picked up a homeless over here, man, in the path. Oh, damn, where you were at? You saw the car?
They're mocking the situation. And they thought it was funny.
The manager asks how bad the injuries are.
But did the car hit him? Man, it didn't, I don't know if it hit him. You know what I'm saying? You think it touched him or yeah? It hit him.
At 9:03, the manager tells the employees to call their supervisor. 5 minutes later, one of the workers does walk over to the front of the store. He told police he was checking to make sure someone had called 911.
If somebody would have just told what had happened, I'm sure there would have been 2 ambulances that had showed up.
The ambulance arrives at 9:18, 28 minutes after the employees picked up Tyrah. A public works supervisor shows up while the ambulance is still on scene. At one point, he walks towards the store, sees the ambulance, and turns back around.
Basically just leaving the scene.
The supervisor told police in his interview he didn't think it was an emergency because the ambulance didn't have its lights on. The ambulance leaves at 9:36. Tyrah died on the way to the hospital, according to a paramedic police interviewed. Her official cause of death, blunt force and compressional trauma sustained from a trash vehicle incident. Fentanyl and cocaine in her system were listed as a complicating factor.
She was loved.
LMPD's Public Integrity Unit investigated the case, then turned it over to the county attorney. On May 7th, the county attorney declined to charge the 2 unnamed public works employees, saying there is not a reasonable likelihood of a conviction on any criminal charge. Public Works is still investigating. Focus requested an interview with Public Works Director Wesley Sidnor, but his spokesperson declined, saying, "Our thoughts continue to be with Miss Adams' family after this tragic accident. We are reviewing the report as part of our ongoing internal investigation. One of the employees involved in the incident is no longer with Louisville Metro government, and 2 others are on unpaid leave pending the outcome." I asked Mayor Greenberg on Tuesday if he had any thoughts on the investigation at this point.
The internal investigation from an HR perspective is not yet complete, and so I will have more comments to say when that is completed. There are things that are concerning to me with respect to some of the conversations that happen and with concerns to some of the response times.
6 months later, a flower-filled plaque for Tyrah remains in the vacant lot.
The pain that I am feeling from all of this is nowhere near the pain that she had felt.
Tyrah's pain is now on video, and Akers hopes it leads to change within Metro government. Stephanie Rivas and Sandra Akers are continuing with a lawsuit against Metro government. Rivas told me they are amending their complaint from just being against the 2 employees in the truck to now also include the Public Works manager and supervisor. Travis Breeze, WHAS 11 on your side.